Hi everyone, it's Di here from Di's Den, and this week I'm going to show you how to make this card. Now when it stands up like this. Okay, so it's called a third fold card, and it opens like this. How beautiful is that? But it stands up beautifully. I'll stand both of them up so you can see. This was my prototype, the pink one, and I didn't like the way this sat on here, so when I made this one, which I did for my colour creation, I actually added the other layer of green here, so that when it's closed it looks the same on all four sides rather than a bit strange on this one. So we're going to make our version like this, and it's just an easy card to do, and I'm going to do it as a Christmas card so that you can see that how versatile it is. So let's pop those on one side and I'll show you what you need, which is really not a real lot, to tell you the truth. So we go into it. I've actually done my stamping. I've made a ribbon out of some it looks like tinsel here. It's just really pretty, and I thought, well, I need to use that, so I'm going to use that today. So I've made my ribbon for that, and I've stamped my Merry Christmas onto this one, and I've cut out my two circles, but I will tell you what size they are in a second. Okay, what we need is a card base which measures 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. Then, because I'm using white as my base, I'm actually going to put a second one on the inside. On these I didn't, because I used white as my inside bit here, but I will put the measurements for both of these pieces on my tutorial, so that you, with an option next to it, so you know what to do. This piece measures 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and this one is 5 by 5. Then you'll need another piece of white, or base colour I should say, that measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Then you will need 4 pieces, and I should have stuck some of these together beforehand, but never mind, that measure 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, and 4 pieces of designer series paper that measure 4 1/4. Start again. 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 is the one that looks the same colour as the base card. Then our layer is 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, and our designer series paper is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Now these measure, let me get my ruler. This is a 2 1/2 inch circle, and this one is, if I can pick it up, a 2 1/8 circle. So those are the two I'm going to put pushing together like that. So let's pop these out of the way for a second, and I will show you what I used. So I'm using this set here. This is actually part 1 of 2. I'm using it because I wanted this Merry Christmas. This is retired, so you can't purchase it. And I'm using the May This Christmas Fill Your Heart with Warmth and Love for the inside. And that's all I'm using off of that set. And it was only because I needed something that I wanted to go together. I'm using my layering circles, and I'm using these two, which is 1 2 3 4 5th of size in the scalloped, and 1 2 3 4 5th size in the plain circles as well. Oops. I'm going to be using Old Olive ink for my stamping on the inside of the card, and I have these holiday rhinestones that I have a few left over, so I'm going to use a few of those, and they're also retired. So that's all the bits we're going to need. So let's start by popping those pieces out of the way and working with our main piece of card. Okay, so our main piece of card is actually really quite easy. We're going to bring in our scoreboard, and we're going to score this, you can't say on the long side, on any of the sides, at 2 3/4 inches. Making sure, as we always do, that we use the small one because we're using it on card. We're then going to turn this, and again it doesn't matter which way, as long as you just turn it one turn, which is what, 90 degrees. And we're going to score it again at 2 3/4 inches. Okay, so we've done all our scoring on our scoreboard, but we still need our stylus. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our pencil and our ruler, and we're going to just make a mark at the 5.5 inch mark along one of the sides with the score line, and then we're going to turn it, and we're going to do the same again. We're going to mark this at 5.5 inches from this top corner. So we've got our square in the corner where the two lines join, and it's 5.5 inches across this way and 5.5 inches down this way. Now if I've done that right, when I put this on here, and I haven't, obviously, one of these is not right. Look at that, I even put that in the wrong spot. So it should be 5.5 inches. So always double check it before you score. So from that mark to that mark there, when you line that up through there, it should go and intersect with this join here. So once you're happy with that, I'm going to then score that across that line there. Okay, so this now intersects, and it's not really easy, this colour, to see white like this, is it? But it intersects with these two lines here. So now I can rub out these 5.5 inch ticks that I made on this card, like so. And we're going to do that. Now we're going to actually fold this card, and this is where it comes in really great, because we're going to start folding. We're going to fold over and over this one as well, the two main ones, the intersecting one. With the other one, we're going to fold this back the opposite way, making sure that it still lines up with these other lines here and intersects here. Once we're happy with that, we can then give that a good burnish down and open it up. When we open it up, we see that this actually starts to fold in, which is what we want to do. So we're going to bring these down like so, so that they join at a point here, and push this down very carefully, and we're going to now burnish right along those edges like so, and open this up here and burnish these edges down in here so that it stays down nice and tightly. Once we're happy with that, and we should have a square now. Now this square will be 5.5 inches, so it will fit into a 5.5 inch card, envelope, sorry. Excuse me. So once we've done that, now we're going to open this up, and we do our little bit of stamping for the inside. So we're going to pop this one into here, like so. And with our stamping here, we want it so that when we've got this in here, and this piece of card is going to go right in the corner here like this, that we can stamp anywhere in this section here, so that when the card is closed, it can't be seen. Okay, so we're going to stamp anywhere in that section there. So I'm going to stamp on this side, and I have the words here, so I'm going to just pop this out and stamp this bit. And once again, because these are square, we don't have to worry about which way around it's going. So we'll pop that out of the way, let that dry for a few seconds, and we're going to glue these two pieces together. I love this card because it's so easy, and I have done it a few times now, as you could see, and I think it could be done for any occasion, but I just thought it'd be nice to do it for a Christmas one. I don't make a real lot of Christmas cards. I don't send a real lot because I always manage to see everybody, so I usually catch up and we usually exchange bottles of wine or something like that. So okay, so that's our interior piece done. I'll have to get my rubber on that. Don't know what that is. Okay, so with our white piece, or our piece that's the same colour as our base, we're going to pop this right in the corner on this right hand side at the bottom. We're going to glue that down to that bottom section there. Now this is optional, but I just think that it just makes it look more balanced, and making sure that it is even with both sides, bottom and the side here, the right hand side. We're going to make sure that that sits in there like that. Oops. Now, as I say, this is an optional piece, but I just think that it looked better with that piece on there. So once that's closed, now it looks even all the way around. So we're going to glue all our pieces together here. Now, if you've got a directional pattern, make sure that you get your direction correctly. Or if you've got a piece of card that you've actually cut this out and you want the pattern to match all the way around, like in, excuse me, this one, I wanted this pattern to match up all the way. So I put them all in the correct order, the same as I did in this one. This all matched up. But in this one it doesn't matter because there is no, and I didn't cut it in a square, from a square piece of card. Had a beautiful sunny day yesterday. Today we're back to rain. Never mind. It is spring after all. Okay, so we've got those 3 pieces ready, and I might as well stick these 2 pieces together at the same time. That'll save me having to worry about that one. And that one can just sit there for a moment. So we're going to bring this in and we're going to pop one on each of the 4 pieces, like so. Now, as I say, if you have a directional, this is where you need to make sure you have your direction the correct way, because it could potentially spoil your card. Unless that is your, like if you had stripes and you wanted all the stripes to be in different directions. You can see what I mean about how that looks more symmetrical than the other one without that there. That is just my opinion. I mean, you might want to leave that blank and put your saying there instead of making a topper. You know, you might want to put your Merry Christmas just there. So I'm going to put my Merry Christmas over the top like this, and for that reason I need to be able to pop that just on this corner here. So using some of my dimensionals, I'm just going to put 3 in this corner here. If you've got one big square one, that'll be even better, but I don't have any big square ones, so I'll just pop them off. And then I can then lay this right in the middle like so. and it will stay there, and it's not seen from the inside. Oops, sorry, from the inside, just there. So that's my card there. Excuse me again. I'll get some glue dots here, which I'm finding are not sticking real well at the present time. I don't know whether I've actually left them out to the air a bit too much. I'll pop those two there. Get off my finger. And pop my ribbon onto there, like so. And I'll use some of these beautiful red diamantes here, or gemstones as they're called. I'll just pop that one in there. Okay. Well, that's my card for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'm really pleased with the way that's turned out. These are my other two that I did. You will find the written tutorial for this card on my Facebook group called Diane for Stamping, Crafted and Tutorials. If you'd like the written tutorial, please head over there. It's free to join. Please give me a thumbs up, because the more thumbs up and messages I get, and please subscribe, because the more subscriptions I get, the more products that get out there for everybody to see. And I really enjoy doing this. It's my hobby. It's not something I do for any other reason except for my sanity. So please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a comment. I do answer everybody's comments, even if it is only just a thank you. And I will see you again next time. Bye for now.